Hello, everybody. Welcome to Jumping in an Elevator, the podcast where I full stop. Special hello to Savannah. Thank you for being one of my top tier patrons. And you know what, Savannah? My wish for you is that you are streaming Ash Nico's Halloweeny 4. I think it's called Innards. So if you're not familiar, girl boss Ash Nico releases these like Halloween themed songs on, you guessed it, Halloween, on the lead up to Halloween. And it's filling a hole for me that was left by Kim Petras. Now, Kimberly Petrochemical was doing her Halloween songs. What's the album called? That's so embarrassing that I can't remember what the album's called. Kim Petras Spooky Demons? Hello? What's it called? Turn Off the Light. That's so embarrassing. Ew. Sorry, everyone, for messing that up. I think I got confused because it was like Turn Off the Light Volume 1 and then Turn Off the Light Volume 2, but it was released as Turn Off the Light album, whereas Turn Off the Light Volume 1 was just like an EP. Anyway, so yes, Savannah, make sure you're streaming. Great. For today's episode of the podcast, we're going to be going through my tweets. This is going to be fun because you know what they say? Tweets are the window to the downward spiral. Aristotle said that, and I agree, and we're going to talk about that. Also, I got a new drink bottle. Everyone say hello to the 1 litre Frank Green. Picked this up today, feeling the sleigh. To be honest, it's so big. Let me tap it for the girlies listening. We're dealing with a stainless steel outer and a ceramic inner triple layer insulation. So that means if there's a hot liquid, she's staying hot. If there's a cool liquid, she's staying cool. Personally, I don't love like cold water, so I'm not really using that feature right now, but it's more a fact that if I have a fun drink bottle, I will drink a lot of water compared to than if I was drinking out of a glass. During my memo bottle, rectangular see-through bottle era, you may be aware of it, that was iconic. I was so hydrated, never been more hydrated. But now, with this 1 litre moment, I'm just going to be so... I'm going to be so wet all the time. And you know what? Let's not do that. I need to buy a bunch of stickers for this. I want to get some K-pop ones. So if you have suggestions for where to buy K-pop stickers, please let me know. Also, update on the Hot Funny scale. Someone commented on the previous episode of the podcast that I incorrectly diagnosed this chart as cubic. It's actually logarithmic. And it's true. It's true. So I would like to redact my previous statement. I don't know what I thought I was achieving by saying it was cubic. It is in fact logarithmic. I haven't proceeded with the actual function yet. Lots of things have been happening this week. I will make sure that I remedy this for you next week. Great. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about some of these tweets. Now, I would say I am a tweeter, you know? I love the occasional tweet, sue me. Here's my Twitter profile. My bio says, I get it cracking like a bad back. You may know the reference. It's a Nicki Minaj reference. Bitch thinking she's the queen, but she's looking like a lab rat. Can you guess the song? And if you can't, that's for you to find out, not for me to tell you. It says I joined in December 2016. I think I joined and I wasn't really tweeting. I was just lurking. And then I started tweeting a couple of years later. Cool. So my pinned tweet is a picture of me feeding my old cat that ran away. Slay. I remember that cat. I remember it used to run behind the couch and just like slay there for a while. And if I could, I would too. I love like enclosed spaces. That's a fucking lie. I just straight up lied to you all. I do get somewhat claustrophobic, Darren. I would not enjoy that at all. Sorry for blatantly lying. My most recent tweet is, Girls' Generation could solve global warming. These are my favorite kinds of tweets. These are the ones where I just say shit, right? And it's nonsensical, but it's referencing current events and also some faves. Because Girls' Generation, SNSD, always the faves. You know, they're in my top 20 artists all time on Last FM for a reason. And I do think that they could solve global warming. And we're not really having that discussion. Have they thought about just getting Girls' Generation to speak at the UN? Like, speak to climate change? Like, hey, like, address climate change directly? Like, they haven't thought of that. And that's why it hasn't been solved. So, something to think about. Next, this was 2 days ago. Sick of hot people. This one had layers, bestie. On the surface level, it's like, yes, I'm sick of hot people because they're annoying. It's true. But then the next level is I have been slighted by hot people so many times in this entertainment space. What I mean by that is the amount of times when I see a really talented person in like the entertainment area or comedy area or whatever, and they make really good content, and then there's someone else who also makes content online, but in my opinion, they're not as excellent as person number one, but they are more attractive, right? Like conventionally attractive. Person number two always gets the opportunities with brands, even though person number one has a bigger audience and is more like makes better content. Person number two is more attractive, so the brand goes with number two. So that's why I was like sick of hot people. And there are like actual pointed examples that I have in mind, but I'm not going to go into them, babe. Not right now anyway. Next tweet. This was a comment someone left on my YouTube video about, I think this might have been the chipmunks. No, this was the Halloween costumes video. It says, I freaking love this little white man. I loved that. I screenshotted that. Someone said, make that your Twitter banner. And maybe I will. Maybe I will. Next we have, okay, I quote retweeted something. The tweet that I quoted was, to celebrate the release of Halloween Kills, which fictional character do you think could kill Michael Myers? And I retweeted with the video of the lady on TikTok who like, she was like, how do I explain what she's doing? So she's this very skinny, tall lady, but very clearly edited. Some people are like, she's just skinny. What's so funny about it? The funny thing is it's so clearly edited because when she walks past flat surfaces, the walls warp, and she's just that powerful. When will Thanos, you know? Thanos wishes. Like, she's bending space-time. She's giving Doctor Strange. When will the other girls? And I came across this TikTok account and I was immediately obsessed. This is so up my alley. It's ridiculous and it's funny and it's iconic. So I saved all the videos on her profile of her doing this like thing where she walks in a straight line, gets herself into an area where she could continue walking straight, but she decides to turn to the side and squeeze past. But by squeezing past, she doesn't actually change the dimensions in which she's walking through. So we're talking like she's walking past an escalator. She's walking between two people. She's walking between one person and a wall. She's never in danger of not fitting, but she walks to the side so people can see how skinny and slay she is. And tall. She's 7 foot in my opinion. This account on TikTok got banned because in her bio, she had something like, brothers and sisters, please help. And it was like an arrow pointing to a link. And then if you click on the link, it's PORN. And TikTok was like, maybe not. So when that happened, I was like, is this a situation where someone is uploading this lady's videos? But then I was like, but she is in all the videos, very clearly part of it. And there are new videos being made. It was so confusing. So I don't know what ended up happening there. I guess we'll see what happens. And the account changed names several times as well. Maybe we need to do a deep dive into Miss Girly. And then I retweeted the same video 3 more times. I said, me in 2015 when I lost 5 kilos after getting food poisoning from the Ducati Cafe in Rome. That is one of the MicsMike Cinematic Universe stories. I would say if you think of Marvel in arcs, that's arc 1. Very crucial for the lore. It's similar to like Thor, you know? I would say like this is my Thor story. Then my Captain America story is the Italian tour So not to be confused with the Ducati story. Ducati Cafe is the same tour in which I got heat stroke and food poisoning on the same day, and then the next day the plane nearly crashed. Okay, everyone keep up. Next tweet. Me getting past the YouTube copyright bot every upload. And this time Girly is walking between someone and a wall at the mall that she's always walking around. Important to note that this Girly is always walking around a mall. She's just busy, you know, she's got things to do, she's got places to be, people to see, truly. And, you know, every time I upload a YouTube video, it's like a little, am I going to get copyright flagged for this? And I have my ways of getting past it. You know, there's definitely like a second limit. I found that it's like around 5 seconds. If I upload a video that has music in one go that's less than 5 seconds, I should be fine. And if it's above 5 seconds, then it's like I need to change the pitch and the speed up to about 10 seconds. But then even if I do that, if it's more than 10 seconds, I will get copyright flagged. Slay. So that's the relevance of this tweet. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. Next tweet, October 20. I need to be hot and mysterious Australian abroad. That doesn't even make sense. Hello? And it's a picture of Mariah Carey drinking champagne. Yeah, no, I stand by that. I do need to be hot and mysterious Australian abroad. From everything that I've heard, people like Australians overseas. And in my limited overseas experience, I did feel that. So that's what I need. And I feel like everyone has an opinion that Australians are good looking, which, gosh, talk about painting with big strokes. I don't think that that is necessarily true. If you walk down the street, you'll be like, oh, maybe not. But then if that's what the people overseas want to believe, then I'm not going to tell them they're wrong. When I'm there, they can believe that and be like, yeah, it's me, the Australian. Next tweet. When will I leave my reputation era? I don't like how recently I've been kind of saying reputation era and flop era interchangeably. That's not the case. Like, reputation era is not a flop era because reputation was not a flop. End of video. Reputation era for me is like people, you know, talking about you, you know, you're having a career shift. No one knows what you're up to. Maybe you're being a little bit messy. You're turning iconic looks. It's a whole thing. It's a reputation era. Then we have picking pieces of glass off my shattered phone screen while watching Pretty Little Lies at 2 a.m. This is my reputation era. See, that feels like reputation era. That is not insinuating flop era. Yeah. The glasses off the phone thing, that's because someone tried to spit on me and then I tried to cross the road and the wind blew my limited edition Rina Sawayama hat off and I went to catch it and my phone smashed on the ground and there was glass shards. That's the relevance. And watching Pretty Little Lies at 2 a.m, it's because I'm doing a Pretty Little Lies deep dive series and I just need to churn through these episodes, and Miss Marlene King is not making it easy for me because each season has like 22 episodes. Screaming and crying, throwing up. So difficult. 22 times 7, yeah, that's a big number. Next tweet. Getting ghosted professionally and personally ATM, so everyone has to be nice to me. Also, I'm literally an earthquake survivor. Sorry, why am I laughing at my own tweets? I think it's because I always put this random picture of Anne Hathaway when she appeared on Drag Race via video call. It's one of my favorite reaction pictures. So, getting ghosted professionally and personally. I think the personal ghosting was on some app, probably. Why am I saying probably like this wasn't 9 days ago? I know exactly what I'm talking about there. The professional ghosting, well, this is a fun one. This is so fun, slay. There's this phenomenon called ghost MicsMike where I will have some kind of professional interaction with like a team or a company or whatever, and then there's some project or whatever, and then I'm speaking vaguely on purpose, but then like I follow up and then it just stops or something goes wrong and they just stop replying, and it's like, oh cool. The amount of times that has happened. And you know what, when I write a book at some point, I will put names and brand names to this, just to be extra messy, because I'm not going to get that New York Times bestseller if I'm not putting names. Next tweet. I just remembered I have a master's degree. And it was true, I did just remember. But, you know, I like to tweet about the master's degree because the girlies get angry and it's just a little bit of fun. It's a bit of banter. Next tweet. Macklemore was a menace. Yeah. He was, though. Like, he was a menace. And people were replying to this like, why are you talking about him like he's dead? He's very much alive. But Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, they had the girls by the throat in, I want to say 2013, 14 and 15, because they were kind of releasing songs all throughout that. Look, Thrift Shop, maybe it was a bop. Maybe a bunch of the songs were a bop, but he's still a menace, right? You can be a menace and make good music, or I don't know if I'd say good music, catchy music, right? He's still a menace. Next tweet. I really want to make a 3-hour video explaining the entire plot of Pretty Little Liars, but that may be too much, and I'm still going to do that. So I said maybe 1 vid per season. I'm not doing that. I consulted with the Pretty Little Liars subject matter expert known as Jacob, and he said, I said 3 videos across the 7 seasons, how should I split it? He said do 2.5 seasons, and then I think he said to cut it after season 5. So it was like halfway through season 3, and then the rest of season 3, 4, 5, and then 6 and 7. And I think that makes sense because season 1 and 2, you know, we have Mona as A, and then season 3A, that's still kind of related to that, and then 3B, we have a bit of a shift. An update on that for you all. Yeah, look, the show, I'm not going to lie, it's fantastic, but it's so problematic. The amount of shit that I've seen in that show on rewatch being like, this would not fly. Ezra Fitz, criminal, felon. Ezra Fitz is a menace, okay? Next tweet. Retweet if you woke up and chose slay. See, I would put this in the same category as the Girls' Generation tweet. On this day, I think I woke up feeling extremely ill, like nauseous. So it was like a joke about that. What have we got next? Hot people listen to Kylie Minogue. It's just fact. That's pretty self-explanatory. I was just kind of speaking from the heart there. Next one was a retweet. I love checking on my blocked list. It's like they're my little prisoners. And it's a photo of Sasha Pietis. How do you say her name? Pietis? Sasha Pietis, aka Alison De Laurentiis, posing next to a container of dolls. And I agree with this. This is very fun to me. I love a block. You know, I would say my block rate is the highest on TikTok. I'm just always like consistently blocking on TikTok and it feels great. And then on Instagram, you know, I love the occasional block, and then Twitter as well, probably the occasional block. I think I probably block on Twitter more than Instagram, but by far TikTok has the most blockings, the most blockage. Here we have someone in Canada is using this fugly photo of me to catfish on Tinder as buddy. This is the worst day of my life. That was the thing that happened. Now this is not new. People have used my photos on dating apps before, because I remember one time, I think it was about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, someone sent me a message and they're like, why are you on Tinder in, I don't know, like, I think it was Spain or something. I'm like, bestie, I'm not. And then I posted on my story being like, if you see me on Tinder Spain, it's not me. And then so many people replied to that story being like, is this you? And it's like me on Tinder in all these countries. I'm like, bestie, no. What the fuck? Why is this happening? And it's not even nice photos. I think I'm like, it was a hit to the ego when I realized I think I am the right point between ugly and attractive that people can believe that someone with my pictures is not catfishing. That sucks, okay? I'm a fighter. People using my photos to catfish on Tinder because they know that I'm not attractive enough that people think it's a catfish. Can you people at least wait until I am not like on dating apps or whatever? I'm not on them right now, but like I could be. Oh, can you just wait until I'm like 70 years old and then use these old pictures of me to do it? You people, no, I don't endorse this behavior. You're all wrong for this. And the profile was Buddy, and Buddy was 23. I got aged down 2 years. We love that. Picnicking, craft beer, surfing. Yeah. Okay, bye. Next tweet. Mitski and Adele both releasing new music while it's over with a Kris Jenner crying reaction meme. And it's true. Right? It's a great time for the girls. The music girls. The girls who appreciate music. Next tweet. People on TikTok using an audio about Tony Bennett's Alzheimer's to tell shit jokes is so tacky and disrespectful. I still stand by this. There was an audio going around on TikTok of an interview of Tony Bennett talking to, I think his name's Anderson Cooper, and Lady Gaga was there as well. And it was about how he couldn't remember a performance that he did, even though he said he really enjoyed it. And then people using that to tell jokes about how they were so drunk they couldn't remember what they did at a party. Tacky, gross. Here we have a contradictory tweet. I said, can we normalize being hot and gorgeous? This was 3 weeks. 3 weeks before I tweeted sick of hot people. So something happened in those 3 weeks. I wonder what. Next, we've got 2 Chipettes related tweets. So I'll read them in chronological order because at the moment we're reading through these reverse chronological. So the first one was, do you reckon playing a Chipettes cover in slowed plus reverb would make it sound normal again? My theory for that is Chipettes versions are sped up and pitched up, and then slowed and reverb is like slowed down and pitched down. And then the next tweet was Chipette versions and slowed plus reverb versions perfectly balanced as all things should be. Yes, that is a Thanos reference. Then we have, because of flop copyright, I was robbed of live reacting to Reputation on YouTube. I will never recover. This was after I had rewatched. I always, like with this, the YouTube channel, is it AJ2? I say AJ2, but it's II, so it could be AJII. Anyway, AJ2. She was reacting to Reputation. It's one of my favorite YouTube videos. It's so funny. And I said I did get to do that, reacting live because of copyright. I'm always curious as to how reaction channels get their videos through copyright. They just must be making no money off YouTube because the record labels would absolutely claim all revenue from those. Then I said, Reputation, Teenage Dream, Thank You Next, Art Pop, you either get it or you don't. This is discourse about pop girls' best albums. I'm not sure about Thank You Next because Ariana has some really great albums. But for now, I think Thank You Next is her best album. But if you ask me next week, I'll probably change my opinion. Then I said, the fact it will be easier for me to travel to Paris than to Perth next month. And then a few skull emojis, and then NAUR, N-A-U-R. I am taking back, I'm reclaiming Australians saying no. The American girlies are truly making a run for it with this joke. The N-A-U-R, the no, Cleo. So I'm reclaiming that, and I'm being extra annoying about it. And this is true. It's easier for me to travel to Paris than to Perth from November. so slay. Like I could go to Paris and then I quarantine at home when I get back to Melbourne for 7 days, or I go to Perth and quarantine in a hotel for 2 weeks and I have to pay like $3,000 or something. So slay. Then it was another Chipettes tweet. Actually, no, 2 Chipettes tweets. One was a reply to a previous Chipettes tweet. First one was a screenshot of the Chipettes Right Through Me cover on YouTube, and then a comment that I found on it that I thought was really funny. The comment was, Simon was putting this little girl through it. Talking about Jeanette. Then I found another one, and it's a Chipmunk Chipettes cover of Lookin' Ass. Now, if you know this Nicki Minaj song, you'd be familiar with the lyrics. And the lyrics are quite intense. And there are some words that not everyone can say. And one of the comments was, I'm telling Dave. I thought that was the funniest shit ever. Next we've got, the fact a minute is not 100 seconds is sick. It's wrong. 1:00 is destined to be 100 seconds. Like, what's not clicking? Look, base 10, base 60. I have many thoughts on this matter. For a long time, I've thought that time should be base 10, base 100 as well. Because it just annoys me. It annoys me a lot that so many things fit the 100-point scale. Or we've made so many things fit the 100-point scale, but time is still base 60. It's like, infuriating. That's like when you go to a microwave and you put in 60, right? It'll do 60 seconds, 60. But if you put in 100, it won't do 100 seconds. It'll do 60 seconds. And if you put 120 into the microwave, it'll do 1 minute 20, which is 80 seconds. Infuriating, evil. That's also a problem that I have with microwaves directly. Just in the mood to fight everyone, to be honest. Then some screenshots from my videos, and then this, I'm going to be successful purely out of spite. I had some drama. Yeah, not going into that. Also somewhat related to this other tweet here, me watching ideas I pitch to companies get given to other people. We will be moving on. Oh, next one. This was a good one. 1,000 people unsubscribed when I dyed my mullet red. And it's true, they did. That was the time. The girls truly said, I'm going to leave. I'm out of here. And if that's what was the last straw for them, maybe I get it. And then I doubled down on my antics by the next video being about the chipmunks. So it's kind of like, if you weren't going to unsubscribe then, now is when you were going to unsubscribe. So, next tweet. This was September 25. I suffer from chronic slayification. Like, I literally cannot stop slaying. This is somewhat related to the earthquake, I'm sure of it. When was the earthquake? I feel like that was late September. Well, there's a tweet here, next one. I'm literally a 5/11 earthquake survivor. Sorry, I'm literally an Italian 5/11 earthquake survivor with a master's degree. What's not clicking? This was when I just decided that being an earthquake survivor was going to be part of the rotation of things that I say. And it's a very good one to have because you can't tell me I'm not an earthquake survivor because there was an earthquake and I survived it. So by mathematics, I am an earthquake survivor. Next tweet. Honesty hour. I don't actually know if I could beat up the Boss Baby. Boss Baby got some other shit going on. I don't know if that's any of my business. I don't trust the Boss Baby. Boss Baby discourse is just not something that I want to get into right now. It's just a whole lot, right? It's one animated villain at a time, and we just talked about the chipmunks. So we'll take a break before we talk about the Boss Baby. Oh, this was a good day. The day that the Super Mario animated movie voice cast got revealed. We had Chris Pratt as Mario. Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, Keegan-Michael Key as Toad, and Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. The second I saw this, screaming and crying. I did a couple of tweets about this. First one here is, why didn't they cast me as Mario? This is sick. I think I would be better off as Luigi. I could slay as Luigi. But just the fact that it's Chris Pratt as Mario grinds my gears. And I tweeted... wait, where is this tweet? Maybe it got deleted. No, I definitely did not delete this tweet. It's around here somewhere. I said, has Chris Pratt even been to Italy? And how's he going to be Mario? Is he going to do the Mario voice? I'm coming for you, Chris. Watch out. Next tweet was a screenshot of one of my TikToks that went viral. And it was one of the POVs that I did. It says, POV, I'm a detective solving a case and discover the killer is my bestie, so I undiscover it. And someone posted Will Graham, which is a reference to Hannibal. Next tweet. Every time I go to Italy, something traumatic but iconic happens, so I'm going to go next year. And I stand by that. As I said before, those two things from Marvel Cinematic Universe Phase 1 in the MicsMike Cinematic Universe are both Italy related. So the Italian tour and then also the Italy plane crash story. So what will happen next time? We don't know. Me having a successful crime-themed TikTok era is unexpected, but I'll take it. Why did I write it'll take it? I just tweet and then I read it and it seems fine. And then I read it again the next day and I'm like, there are so many errors in this. What is that called? Like, I read it a few times and as I'm reading it on my phone, I'm like, this is fine. This makes sense. And then the next day I'm looking at it like, that's... You used the wrong fucking word. You missed a word. Weird. I don't know what that's called. Oh, here we go. In school, I had average appearance privilege in that I wasn't bullied for being ugly, but also wasn't hot, so I had to be funny to get by, which is actually really helpful in life. That is a banger tweet. And it's actually so slay, if you think about it. Because... it's true. Like, I was just small and average and smart. And I just got my shit done. And I made it through high school. So, moral of the story, mind your business. Then I tweeted, hi, can I get a large McSlay meal and 6 Fruity Pebbles? Not even going to talk about that. Next one. I am so willing to be an industry plant at music industry. Pretty self-explanatory. I'd sell the records. I'd participate in the album rollouts. Sony, hit me up. Universal Music, hit me up. I know you got capacity. Okay. Then we have, no, because the haters are going to hate and the players are going to play and I am just going to shake. Of course, referencing Taylor's Shake It Off. And it's true. Like, she did not lie. That's why I tweeted it. I need to let the girls know, like, remind them of this fact. Like, players are going to play, you know? And what are you going to do about it? Besides just shake. September 17. Guys, I dyed my mullet red. September 16. I need to get to the cinema and have a $17 popcorn plus Pepsi combo. It's a medical emergency. Fun fact, from this Friday, I can go to the movies, and you best believe I've booked 2 movies already. I'm going to be living at the movies. They may as well just get me a personalised seat. They'll be like, someone's trying to book, there's 1 seat left. No, sorry, that's Mike's seat. He sits there and he watches movies all the time. By himself. Yeah, exactly. That's my legacy. Then this was screaming and crying at this GIF my phone made. So my phone does this thing, because I have Google Photos, where if I take a video, sometimes it'll randomly turn part of the video into a GIF because it thinks that's funny and cool. But the way it does it is so bizarre. Like, takes a section, turns it into a GIF, and then rewinds it and speeds it up. I look really like skinny in this though, so that's fine. Then we had Met Gala related tweets. Grimes with her sword. And then I said, if I see a man in shorts at the Met Gala, it's over. And then literally 2 seconds later, there was a man in shorts at the Met Gala, so it was over. Then I tweeted, Scream Queen Season 1 should be taught in schools. I don't know how, brackets, not my problem. Again, it's correct. Like, I'm right. It should be. You know what? Let's just like scroll and let's see where we end up. Because I didn't realize I tweet this much. Okay, August 22, I tweeted, Team Edward, but not voluntarily. Do you agree? Like, I mean, what are the other options? Both options were like a disaster. Also, August 22. When I see the word opinion, I immediately think of onion. So when I see someone write, I'm entitled to my opinion, I also see I'm entitled to my onion. And then I tweeted, I'm entitled to my onion. What is there to say about that? Got stopped by police while walking in my 5-kilometer radius and had to prove my address, and the only thing I could think of was the delivery email for my Britney Blackout vinyl. I got judged bad. Yeah, that was a time, wasn't it? I could have showed like a bill or anything on my phone, but I panicked and all I could think of was the delivery receipt for my Britney vinyl. They're like, okay, we're dealing with a Britney stan. Okay, let him through. And then when I asked, like, why were they stopping me or whatever, they were checking that I wasn't going to the anti-vax rally. And I was like, bestie, do you honestly believe that I would be going to an anti-vax rally? Then I was like, oh my God, do I dress like someone who would go to an anti-vax rally? It was a lot for me that day. Then we have August 20, in my cup song era, mind your business. It's actually so fantastic how you can see, because I just tweet whatever the fuck I'm thinking about. But then it also is related to the videos. Like you can tell that I get an idea in my mind and then I just think about it nonstop until I talk about it on YouTube. So here we had Cup Song Discourse, August 20, and then I ended up making a video about the Cup Song a few weeks ago. More Cup Song stuff. Me when they've sold out of tickets for the long way round and I've already bought 2 bottles of whiskey for the way. It's a screenshot from Madagascar. And another one, no, so the thing is, I've got my ticket for the long way round, 2 bottles of whiskey for the way. And another one, I feel like it makes sense that there would be a video of James Charles singing the Cup Song in an echoey room and yet it doesn't exist, feeling kind of robbed. And then another one, the Cup Song had society in a chokehold. And it did. Pitch Perfect filled the hole that Glee left. And Glee was still airing when Pitch Perfect came out, I think. Also, I nearly said when Pitch Perfect debuted. Like, Pitch Perfect is a K-pop group. Do you remember when Pitch Perfect debuted? Yeah. What have we got next? Oh, I retweeted a tweet that said, I think it's time to start playing K-pop girl groups in the clubs. I know there are some clubs that play K-pop girl groups, like girl group music, but I need more. Like I need some of the localized clubs as well. Because sometimes like I go to a club and the music is so bad that I leave. Excited for when clubs reopen. I think they open end of November. Yeah, I'm going to be a menace in the club. What about it? August 13, I tweeted, guys, I'm kind of over the pandemic, like, can it stop? And then I put like 35 laughing cat emojis. August 7, treating my Instagram story as performance art. Day before I tweeted, jeans are made of metal. Deal with it. Deal with it. Na, 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 na. Jeans made of metal. I would say that's phase 2 MicsMike cinematic universe. It's one of those things where it just feels right to me. Like it feels correct that jeans are made out of metal. And everyone's like, they're not made out of metal. And I'm like, what do you know? Have you made a jean? How can you be so sure? Exactly. Gotcha. August 4th. I could slay at any second, so flops beware. Let's have another scroll. Let's take some from July. Here we go. July 17. Bad Blood music video is part of the MCU. And then July 15. Guys, I think I'm going to do a PhD. And then the tweet before that was a Lady Gaga lyric. Oh my God. All right, let's go to something from June. Here we go. June 27. This video is sponsored by my big fat ass. Day before that, I listened to K-pop and K-pop listens to me. Symbiosis. 2 days before that, I love being unverified. It gives me that buzz. See, if I wasn't tweeting these, I would love these tweets. I would like retweet all these tweets. It's so funny to me. Okay. Oh, this is a good one. This was June 24. I tweeted, 1 second I'm a coons, then suddenly the coons is me. Obviously a Lady Gaga lyric referencing Jeff Koons. So I tweeted that, and then people were trying to cancel me for saying that. And I was like, why are you trying to Gaga-splain me? I know the lyrics. And then I replied with 3 screenshots of the lyrics to the song, explaining the reference. So that was a fun time. June 20. Why did they give Frostbite such a cool name? Like, now I kind of want to get it. Let's take one from what month comes before June? May. I didn't even know what I was like in May. What was I up to? May. A picture of Luca, and it said, "Is this not me?" And it is me. And then I tweeted, "There's some hoes in this house." Heartbreak emoji. Oh, the word cuddles is so infuriating to me. Like I cannot contain the rage when I see or hear it. Yeah, nah, fuck the word cuddles. If you ask me for cuddles, I will throw you out of a window. I don't care what level we are in the building. Ground floor, I'll still find a window and I'll throw you out of it. You probably won't sustain any damage. You'll be fine. You'll be a little shaken up that I threw you through a glass panel. But then if we're on like the 30th floor, I'll still throw you out the window. And then you have to deal with the consequences of your own actions. Like cuddles, ill. Ill. Cuddles, ill. Ow. May 25th. Watching BTS music videos on my VR headset, don't text. I love my VR headset. I haven't used it much recently because all my free time is consumed with watching Pretty Little Liars, and playing PS5. But when I'm not doing either of those things and I want to play a game, I'll probably play Beat Saber using the VR headset. It's cardio, okay? May 20th. Do I have a threatening aura? Lots of people said yes. What have we got next? Lasagna Gate. Oh, Jesus. Lasagna Gate was May 9. I tweeted, "Fighting for my life on TikTok right now. People are lasagna-splaining to me I am Italian." Then I tweeted, "Do I delete the lasagna TikTok?" And then, "Where were you when Lasagna Gate happened?" May 9th. Oh, gosh. May 9th, it was all going on. Sorry for not tweeting in a while. Someone said I looked like Sheldon Cooper, so I'm just recovering from that. Yeah, someone DM'd that to me on Instagram, I think. What have we got next? Let's take some from February. Where was I in February? I think I was in Melbourne. Yeah, because I came back to Melbourne in January. It's all just a blur, to be honest. I'm somewhere and then I'm somewhere else and then life continues. Life goes on, as NCT Dream says. Why was I tweeting so much in March? Can I calm down? I'm trying to scroll to February, but there's just so much going on. Oh, here we go. February 27. If I uploaded a video ranking shades of blue, would you unsubscribe? Be honest. And then I did do that video, and then YouTube used that video to put me in a reel on Instagram. And then the locals were beating my ass in the comments. They were like, this is the worst content ever. Why would anyone watch this content? I was like, YouTube, I appreciate that you put me in a reel on Instagram, but why did you have to do that video? Okay. Why is telling someone I make YouTube videos so humiliating? Yeah, I still fight that. That's true. I usually just say I'm a video editor. I had to go to the doctor the other day and she was like, so what do you do? And I was like, I'm not going to tell this doctor that I'm a YouTuber. I was like, oh yeah, I'm a video editor. And if they ever ask like, what kind of videos do you edit? I'm like, oh, you know, like video essays, whatever. And then I just kind of deflect because I don't want to talk about it. It's embarrassing. Okay, let's take one from January and then we can wrap up. And if you enjoyed this, we can do another episode and we'll go further back. Let's see. There's a tweet about Rita Ora releasing her Bang EP and the cover was like very similar to one of Rita Sawayama's covers. So I retweeted it and I was like, OMG, Rita Sawayama. Oh, God. All right, last one. Okay, I tweeted a picture of two ladies fighting in the supermarket and I put captions over both of them. One of them says moonwalking, the other one says master's degree. And my caption was, my personality traits fighting for the spotlight. Because as I said before, I just pick things and then they just become part of my personality. If I did this tweet now, I would have to put the earthquake in one of them. Earthquake survivor, fights with moonwalking ability, fights with K-pop stan, fights with master's degree, fights with published author. And you know what? Let's just chuck in video editor to that as well, since that's my new era, the era in which I just refuse to acknowledge that I'm a YouTuber. Are there any other? This is so much fun. I want to keep going. But I know if I make this podcast episode any longer, my laptop's going to have an absolute meltdown, literally and physically and metaphorically and spiritually. Cool. All right. I think that's a good point for me to end this episode of the podcast. Thank you all for listening. Keep an eye out for the Pretty Little Lies video, but I think I'll do another podcast episode before then. Sorry, now I'm rambling. All right. I'll talk to you all later. Peace out. Bye.